Moving like a pro in COD Mobile isn't actually that hard to do. This video, I'll tell you tips and tricks that allow you to have smoother movements. Let's start with the guns and gunsmith you need to use. In this latest season, snipers like Locust or Koshka are the best, and the loadout should be maxed ADS, meaning that your gunsmith should allow you to scope as fast as possible. I also recommend using fast switch, so that you're able to switch to your gun when holding a melee weapon and quick scope really fast. Talking about melee weapons, there are many types of melee that you need to use to have smooth movements. Let's talk about the ones you should avoid. Well, obviously axe, shovel, baseball bat, and wrench are the melee you should not use because there are far better and more superior weapons out there. These weapons I am talking about are karambit, assault knife, katana, folding knife, and kali sticks. Everybody knows that holding a melee weapon makes you run faster, so in order to switch weapons without hesitation, you have to add this button to your HUD. Usually people tap the gun itself to switch to their melee, but adding this button on the top or where you're comfortable with makes you easily switch with no mistakes. To have this button, go to settings and turn on one tap weapon switch button. Now, you cannot have smooth movements if you keep misclicking the buttons, like for example accidentally crouching when you actually want to slide.
Oh hell no!
These mistakes would easily make you die and create bad habits that will make your movements trash. This means that you need to have countermeasures to prevent this. Well, let's fix accidentally crouching. There are still people who don't know this, but if you turn on slide hint in the settings, this makes you prevent this mistake. Next, having smooth movements doesn't mean that you should always sprint or run to the enemies. If you are always sprinting, the enemies can hear your footsteps, which would make you die quickly. So, you need to at least walk, like when using a sniper, to get a better focus on the enemies, because if you are sprinting while trying to kill enemies, it doesn't end well. To turn on, make sure you're not always sprinting, go to settings, scroll down, and turn off always sprint. Having this turn on makes your movement sloppy, that's why you need to turn this off. Next tip to get smooth movements is moving at consistent pace. Take a look at the difference between these two. Both of them are doing the zigzag movement. This movement is where you swipe your screen from left to right, but the first one is moving very roughly, while the second video is moving consistently. This is not because they have different sensitivity, this is because the second one has a more balanced way to swipe their screen, which you should know how to do. My tip for you is to swipe your screen the same amount on both sides slowly like this to properly zigzag. By the way, make sure the screen of your device is clean to avoid inconsistency. Also, did you know that you can actually slide multiple times? Well, look at this. As you can see, I slid many times, and this is a movement that many people don't use for some reason. This is a way to smoothly roam around the map. You might ask how you actually do that. Well, to answer your question, you have to perfectly timed it. First is that you obviously run, then jump and slide, and once you land you then jump and slide again. It seems hard, but it's actually easy to do. Do you ever get annoyed when you come in contact with an enemy near you and when you try to switch weapons they already killed you? Well, here is the next tip, which is always slide when switching weapons, specifically melee weapons. But why exactly do we have to do that? Well, sliding when switching weapons reduces the time for you to kill an enemy rather than switching weapons without sliding. This helps you to abuse your melee weapons much more. This surprises enemies and you're trying to kill them, since this is a quick way to kill them closer. If you want to see your teammates through the walls, well, click this video, I promise you won't regret it.